Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Side Ploud with Pop.1 podcast here with my boy Alexander Valito.
Welcome back.
We got our good friend. He's back again. And Bryan Ha, welcome back. Did you have fun last time you were here?
I did. I had tons of fun talking about my my nerdiness.
Well, we had fun having you here. It was a good time. And we wanted to have an episode dedicated to TCG today. So we are going to be talking about the One Piece card game, Alex's adventures with a few Yu-Gi-Oh events over the weekend, and then some Gunpla. I'm wanting to say there's so much going on with the gun.
We can talk about Gunpla too.
All right, guys. All right, so enjoy the episode. Episode 6, we're here, and let's get it. All right, okay. One Piece card game, guys.
Yeah.
It's getting down to the wire. Bandai Fest, Dallas, coming soon.
One Piece Day in Japan.
Oh,
Yes.
that is coming soon. That
Next
means
week?
that
Bandless?
Bandless
Yes.
is gonna be coming soon.
So they announced the ban list at One Piece Day. Is that what they do?
So this is Japan's One Piece Day. It's not really like America's One Piece Day. This is Japan's specialized one. But this one's really cool because they have already confirmed, or not confirmed, but they've alluded to revealing a lot of new information for the last leader for OP13, which everyone's speculating to be Emu. There's been a lot of Emu hype in both the manga.
Is it speculation or is she? I thought she was already confirmed to be the leader.
So when they did announced the Goldie Roger leader back in Worlds this year, they did allude that Emu was coming, and they keep on putting up silhouettes of her. So
Okay.
it seems to be like. And this is they revealed 5 leaders for OP13, which is the Luffy, the Sabo, the Ace, which is the anniversary set, by the way. This is a Luffy, Sabo, Ace.
Three brothers type of deal.
Yeah, anniversary set, and then Goldie Roger leader, and then the Bonnie leader, and the last thing we're missing is just the 6-1, which everyone is thinking is going to be Emu.
Oh, speaking of, I wanted to bring up. You remember when we were looking at the reveals for the alt arts? By the way, manga heads, let's
Yes,
go! I'm
manga
so
heads.
hype about
I
that.
love
So,
manga
especially
heads.
the Sanji one.
But we were wondering what the scene from Bonnie was, where she was crying like that, and it's actually what's going on in the anime now. No spoilers or anything,
Yeah.
but that scene actually came from last week's episode, and actually today's episode as well. So now we know what that is. A lot of people were, I forgot what the chat was saying, but yeah, we were confused on that. I just wanted to bring that up, that the scene of her, which I'm not a fan, to be honest, of her manga head, to tell you the truth. There's so much more Bonnie that they could have done. But you know, it does, for the fans out there, it is a big part in the story. So I mean, I get why they did it.
Yeah.
It always reminded me of the Nico Robbins "I Want to Live."
Yeah,
post.
yeah.
Do they
That's
have
what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about.
Do you have a card of Nico Robbins I Want to Live?
No, not yet. And actually, Nico Robin only has one leader.
Yeah, the purple, yellow,
And she's in her
Alabasta. She's wearing her Alabasta hat, isn't she?
Yeah, her All Miss Sunday outfit.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever she went with the straw hat, so she was still in the outfit like when they left Alabasta or whatever.
Oh,
so that's
so
like
that part,
kind of
yeah.
yeah. But good deck, by the way. I like that deck a lot.
I like built-in banish, but it can be exploited more.
But we are in a situation because we've discussed OP11 so far, and it's really not the best format. I think it's like you said, it's kind of like a gambling format. It's just whoever sees the nuts, wins. And it seems like it's like that with like almost every single deck. And that's why in this format, I've been playing a not so. It's a popular deck, but not so like opinion popular. Like, you know what I mean? I've been playing Bello Betty for the past 3 or 4 weeks now.
And it's gotten really good, meta relevant. A lot of players are playing it, but they say that becomes not so good in OP12.
Yeah, because Zoro coming out in OP12 just is not good against that. But we have a lot going on because we're going to Bandai Fest. We're going to compete in Bandai Fest, but we don't know what we can play in Bandai Fest. We have a ban list coming up probably next week.
Yep.
I think there was a date announced on that. I'm not sure what the actual date was.
It could have been August 16th, which is like literally like a week
day
from yesterday.
That's a sneak peek for OP12.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get the ban list, and they usually just drop it like that morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get it pretty. I think so.
Now with One Piece, is the ban list legal for Japan and America? Is that how that works?
Have they done that yet?
They've done that. So it's like the ban list for One Piece has been super weird. So like when I first got into the game, my first ban list experience was the Reject Sakazuki ban, and that one didn't come until like 3 months. They let us play Reject.
Yeah,
for OP06.
I remember because I was playing an L, and I got to have Reject. I think for the whole OP05 format.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
OP05,
think it got
OP06.
banned. Was it legal in 06?
It was it came out in 06.
It might have been. It might have got banned.
It came out in 06. I played it during the pre-release event because I pulled one, and you got to play that for all of OP06, and then right at OP07 format was when they banned it.
I thought Reject was an OP05 card. I don't know. I could be confused though.
Could be confused.
So what you're saying is they can release.
Yeah,
a
you're
card.
just confused.
So what you're saying is they could release a card in OP12 and it be banned because Japan had it already, but because it's new to America, they'll allow it to
But
be
I
legal
wanted to
for
say
all
they
through.
changed that already to where now if bands go, it's
Yeah.
like with each other.
The
like,
last two ban lists we had, they went ahead and were like, all right, immediately to both parties.
and like there was formats that we didn't get to play in. That's what it was because
RP Law format with
when they
Black
banned
Maria.
RP Law,
Yeah,
they got to play RP Law with Black Maria, but we didn't.
Yeah.
We couldn't experience, which I'm glad because it would have been very, the deck was already broken, but with that card, they basically did like they did with the Nell. You know what I mean? Before you guys saw the madness, let's go ahead and take the card away. That way people don't quit the game because like RP Law with Black Maria, people would have quit the game.
It was disgustingly good.
And kind of like Kingdom Come with the new Enel card from EBO2, people would have quit the game. Like, you know what I mean? There's ways to beat it, but it's very hard, and you got to be like big brain Yu-Gi-Oh head to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm glad that their focus really does seem to be the players.
Yeah, and
with these recent announcements,
the thing is, I really hope that this next ban list, because this is the first ban list that has been questionable. Do we need one? You know what I mean? With the last one, it was Gecko Moria for 2 ban lists. They didn't hit Gecko the first time that we wanted. Wait.
Yeah, they didn't hit the first time.
Yeah, and we're like, damn, Gecko's still here.
That was NS Lobby hit. Was it NS Lobby hit?
NS Lobby, Ice, no. Great Eruption.
Yeah.
Great Eruption got hit. NS Lobby.
And
I think
RP
that
Law?
was and
RP
RP
Law.
Law. Yeah, I
3.
think that was it. And then we got the list with Gecko, Jinbei,
Ice Age.
Kingdom Come, and Ice Age.
yeah, everyone's begging for Gum Giant to get hit.
I know. And I just don't like, if you really think about Gum Giant, and we've talked about this every episode, every episode. But if you think about Gum Giant, and each week we get more experience with it, right? Like I was at Locals Saturday last night, and I've noticed that the decks that all my friends play, I usually don't get to test against those decks.
Yeah, we never play each other
We never get paired up at Locals anymore. I'm too busy to do extracurricular testing most of the time, so it's like I'm always playing against something that whatever. Like, I've been playing a lot of Buggy lately.
Yeah.
Been playing some Blackbeard lately. Mirror matches lately, and a few of the green yellow law, and there has been some up Luffy's, but just not like, I don't want to say we have bad players at Locals. It's just like not the max that I have to be at to say, okay, I got this deck down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can say it. I'm one of the worst up Luffy players.
No. And you've beat me a few times, and I've beaten you a few times. It's just there's some times when Locals is a place where everybody can come play, right? You know? But sometimes I go to Locals with that competitive mindset, and I gotta like stop doing that because it's not the right way to look at it. Like, I need to go there and have fun, like understand the etiquette and how to play the game and stuff, and learn from the locals. Don't get me wrong. But like going there and thinking that every opponent's about to be like a nationals final round match, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be like that.
See, I'm the opposite of that. I go into every match like it's a finals.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I do too. But like sometimes I don't want to come off as like try hard too much.
But
blah,
at the
blah,
same
blah.
time,
but like
we
I do
are-
got to test.
At the same time, we are ramping up for Bandai Fest in September. Like we don't have that much longer. We have just a little bit over a month before Bandai Fest comes. Right. And the truth is, we're trying to get our invite to Nats. We're trying to do well. And it feels like when you're in a local community scene, there is a general understanding because you're friends, you all get along, and you all know, hey, these are the guys that are preparing for this event, so we need to give them our all. And that's like the importance of community is you're able to all come together and say, hey, like, we don't normally try this hard. We're not trying to be a try hard, but we do have something to prepare for. And part of preparation, not only is it like gameplay, there's also a tournament play that you have to prepare for.
Yeah.
Treating a locals tournament like a bigger tournament, like a regional Bandai Fest, it gets you prepared for when you're actually in that room with 500,000 people. Yeah. It gets you prepared like, hey, we got time coming up. Hey, this situation's happening. I gotta kind of cheese things here or there.
Well, and we had a bad issue this weekend at one of our shops with the Bandai program. And the Bandai program was actually pairing people up with their same opponents. It was a weird situation. And I still don't think we got that figured out, but it was something that the TO was either doing, like how they were physically dropping people, or people weren't dropping, or they dropped when they were at home or something. I don't know what was going on, but like I played round 1, go to round 2, and then round 3, I get paired up with my round 1 opponent. I'm like, that is in all of the, I've been playing card games like religiously for 4 years, and all of the pairings I've ever had, I've never been in the same tournament with like an opponent I've already played.
So I've seen that before, but it's usually with super small tournaments. Usually,
like the thing is like after, because I think we started with like 13, 14 people.
Yeah,
maybe,
we had like
and
over
like
10.
I think there was still 8 or 9 people.
That shouldn't
there.
happen.
Yeah,
there.
and it
Absolutely
was just
not.
well, and then it happened to me, and so I went ahead and conceded, because if I would have beat my opponent, he would have like lost his record like all the way, and I was already X1. He was undefeated. I was like, dude, if I beat you, it's just gonna be dumb. Like you're almost gonna be like kicked out. And then the next round happened, round 4. And shout out Rich and Cody. They were playing each other, and they literally got paired up again for round 4.
After what round did they play?
3.
That's wild. That
so like we didn't know what
that's
happened, but shout out to the TO. They're promising us free locals next week because of the situation and stuff. So they're fixing it. But it was definitely a Bandai situation. And speaking of that, we go a lot of people really aren't too happy with Bandai right now. You know what I mean? Like great games, great product, but people can't get their hands on it.
They can't.
And
It's disgustingly frustrating.
Me and Brian have been through this twice, okay? They don't reprint stuff.
Nope.
You know what I mean? They'll reprint things that are like anniversary sets or like, stuff like that, but Extra Booster 1 and it's looking like EBO2. I don't think we'll ever see those again.
Nope.
And yeah, we're getting these PRBs, but look at that. We're not really seeing that again either. Now, we did get like some blister packs printed out.
Yeah, we had a second wave.
That was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild. They actually printed a lot, and I was like, okay, shout out Bandai for this.
Yeah.
But I think that's legit the last we'll ever see of PRB 1. And I have not seen EBO 1 since release, and that was a year and a half ago.
It was. That was such a small release too. I think they fumbled that one. They didn't think it was gonna be as big.
Well, dude, it was crazy because not a lot of people were buying it at first. Me and Brian were in Mesquite, Texas for our first travel regional that we ever did. This was May of last year. Was it May or March? March of last year. So yeah, about a year and a half ago. And they have a One Piece store out there in the Dallas area or whatever.
Yeah, we got to go there when we go.
Yeah, we can go check it out. It's actually cool. And then, but everybody's like, don't go. All they got is EBO 1. That's all they got is EBO 1. And me, and at the time, we're like, oh yeah, we don't want that. Like, I've opened enough of it. There ain't nothing in there, Shirahoshi was like 50 cents, Bon Clay was like maybe 10, 15 bucks, Cavendish was very like 20 bucks or whatever at the time. And dude, literally a month later,
it blew up.
We were in the group chat just watching all the charts for all the SRs, the alt-arts. Oh my God, everything just going up, and it's continued to go. The only time it's stabilized is now because reprints have finally been announced. It's been a year, dude.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's crazy. And these are all still very relevant cards.
Yeah.
So
I had to pick up a playset for Cavendish to play Green Zoro.
yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna have to have those cards.
Yeah.
Cavendish is in PRB, right?
It is.
Okay, good.
But no altar for it, which is really interesting. And I don't think there's an altar for Bonk either.
Dude, I know that Japan has like their own thing, and we usually I'm thinking that we're gonna get some cards that Japan didn't get.
I hope so.
Now you know the treasure rares are exclusive to us, right?
Yeah, outside of Japan basically, because China has treasure rares and
Yeah, but they don't have ours.
yeah.
So like
they
we're
get
like
their
for
own.
example, we're the only ones with the Peach Momoko Law.
Yeah,
And
the ace
the ace,
card.
the blue ace,
Yeah.
one of the Zoros, I think Zoro Joro had a treasure rare.
Yeah.
What were the other treasure rare? There was Rocket
That
Luffy
Nami.
was one.
Yeah, the Rocket Luffy, the Nami.
What Nami was it?
That really terrible looking one.
Oh yes, no, that was the first year they had treasure rares, and you remember everybody like had, dude, they were on TCG Player for like $200-$300, dude,
Yeah.
and literally the next day, I think 4 of them were pulled at Pandas the night of release, and like we were just like, wait, are we all just like pulling $200-$300 cards?
No.
Like they are not that uncommon. Like
Yeah.
they're basically like Dawn cards. Like you're gonna probably get one in your box. And nah, I don't know. They're
a
pretty.
hit. They're considered a
They're a
hit.
hit. You consider them like an alt art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let that be a lesson. No matter what the card game is, never pay pre-sale prices. Just never pay pre-sale prices. If you give it just a couple of days, they will go down. And shout out to Bandai for what they're doing. They do separate their tournaments from product release days, so you have time to get these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, only for big events though, because according to our local judge, we have a rule that like if it's a main series set, if you can get your hands on it during pre-release, you can play the deck that day.
But see, there was a stipulation to that because then I called him out on that, and I was like, "What was it?"
He said it was only for mainline sets, so like PRB
Yeah.
and EBO2 does not
Because
count.
everybody had a problem with me because like we got EB. Like it was like a pre-release situation. We got
Yeah.
it like a day early or
Yeah.
something. Like our locals was like before the actual release, and I had my Nels, the new 10 drop, and I was like, if you got them in hand, you can play them, you know.
And I was
so I
playing
go to
that
locals.
Rosinante.
Yeah, so I go to locals, and I was like, nah, you can't play that. Blah blah blah. I'm like, the judge said I could.
There's a legal date for cards or release dates.
Well, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, what they do it like 2 weeks after.
No, they do a sneak peek the week before, and then the official drop the week after. That's
Yeah.
just how it goes.
which is interesting because in One Piece we do have like a quote unquote official date of when a set gets released, but again, like I said, they say that like if you get your hands on it, then that's the legal date. I don't know if that rule became into effect because people are having such a hard time getting product,
Yeah.
and they were just like, if you have it in hand, you just
if people are having
go
such a
ahead and
hard
play it.
time getting the product, put more product.
yeah.
So right now, if I had OP13 English cards, I could play it. That's
Yeah.
what that's saying.
That's
basically, yeah.
that's stupid.
That's not right.
I know that's not right. Don't even get me started on proxying or nothing.
Nah,
No one's gonna get you started on proxying.
I just want us to be able to play the game and read the cards and in English preferably.
Yeah.
I don't mind what was it? I don't mind playing foreign treasure rares if they're like a Roman language, like French. Like the French Zoro treasure rare in OP12 is going to be that 9-cost Zoro. Amazing looking.
I mean, if they're going to be dropping cards that are, because they have that in Yu-Gi-Oh. You can use every card in Yu-Gi-Oh besides like OCG.
yeah.
You just got to have like the translation, which with their Neuron app, you can pull those translations up.
Yeah.
I think with One Piece, they'll eventually start doing something like that because we just got the news that we can use Dawn, any Dawn from any language we can use.
Well, yeah, I mean that's done. That's just resource.
Dude,
That's not-
that was a big problem. Though.
It was a big problem.
Dude,
How?
you can literally get DQ'd from an event for having Japanese Dawn.
It's because there's that your turn plus 1,000 is not in English.
It's a rule, you know what I
It-
mean?
yeah,
Like
it
now
was a rule.
if you play the game, everybody knows Dawn, everybody knows what's going on, and then But this is this is also kind of early in the
Yeah.
game. That we were only 5-6 sets in, and it was just a thing in the rules,
Right.
and according to the rules, you couldn't do it. So it could be sharked, and it also depends on the judge's discrepancy on hey, well, here, let me go get you some Dawn out the back. Here, just use these for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah.
You can't use your shiny special whatevers. But at that time, there really wasn't even any crazy Dawn out.
No, not really.
No, we didn't have PRBs with all the crazy Dawn and stuff. Like, to flex your Dawn, you had to have the Gear 5 regional, like, Dawn, or you had to have the Straw Hat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, those are so good.
Yeah, they still look really good, but they're so cheap now. That's crazy, bro. Those were like $100+ per Dawn. You were like paying like almost $1,000 for a Dawn set. Like that's how crazy it was. But yeah, when we get back, I want to talk about the new leaders in OP12 and see what we're thinking about this next format, and maybe we can all come up with a conclusion on what we're gonna play.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's get it.
Thank
Be right
you.
back. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're going to interrupt this episode and tell you about our sponsors. Yes, our sponsors over at Dueling Guard. These guys definitely have everything you need for your TCG journey. Go ahead and head on down to duelingguard.com. Check out their deck boxes, their playmats, their binders, their anime art cards. They have it all, and I swear I love this stuff. I back it all the way. I personally use binders and deck boxes from Dueling Guards for all of my TCG play. When I'm going to bigger tournaments, or even if I'm going to smaller tournaments, they have everything I need to be comfortable in my competitive scene. I love the size of their deck boxes. They fit perfectly in my book bag without any type of clutter. You know what I mean? When you have them big deck boxes and it's just so cluttery in your book bag, it makes your book bag kind of get deformed after a little while. These are great for that because they're a nice slim fit. They also have so many different sizes of deck boxes. So if you don't like the size of one of their deck boxes, I'm sure they'll have something to fit your certain criteria whenever you're going to these big events. Their playmats are super high quality. I really enjoy playing on them, and their binders are peak. They're side loading, they zip up, they're just really good binders all in all, and they fit perfectly in your book bag. They also have different accessories like playmat holders and different bags that you can take out. I'm telling you now, you guys are definitely going to want to support Dueling Guard, man. They are very awesome in what they do. So go to duelingguard.com, use code Pop.1 at checkout. You guys get a discount. It helps us out a lot. We really enjoy having Dueling Guard around, and we thank them so much for what they do for the community and for Pop.1 podcast. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Pop.1 podcast, man. I love really being here with you guys. It's actually really good conversation every single time, and you guys know what you're doing and what you're talking about.
Do we
today? You kind of know.
I kind of know. I be messing up stuff a lot. I be mispronouncing names. I keep saying different things which is like, but what's interesting, like with my perspective, a lot of times is I am not a real anime fan, right? I am a card game fan.
Yeah.
So I come at this from the perspective of someone who's not really into anime but loves like the social aspects and the actual playing of card games. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a good viewpoint to have, because that is a lot of people. They have the same type of,
I feel like when people look at you, they need to look at like a new consumer coming in and taking full advantage of what gets put in front of them. You don't have to know everything to play these card games. Me and Brian know. Bryan Ha, for example, he does not watch One Piece at all. I mean, he's starting to watch it
now,
yeah, but dude, he's been playing this game for over a year without any knowledge of the anime. He's for every time we get new stuff, he's like, "Who is this character? What is it?" And I'm just like, "Dude, like go, like you gotta watch it."
I am on a generational speed run of One Piece right now.
It's good, dude. The card game has brought you to that spot in your life, and you want to keep watching it, right? You don't want to stop, and you don't want it to end, right? You want to get closer to the end. I know the feeling. You know what I mean? Like you're like, all right, come on. I want to
be caught up.
Yeah, I want to get to these really cool things that I'm seeing. I know you're seeing spoilers everywhere on the internet and stuff like that, and it gets hard, but just grind it out, because like I've said this, I think a few episodes now, there's always too much until there's not enough, man.
Yeah.
And I feel that. OP12. We got a lot of work to do, and there's a lot of good stuff out there, but this is the format that we're going to be going into after the ban list that we get. This is the format that we're going into. So I kind of want to go over these leaders just a little bit, because I sure as hell have not refreshed my mind since they've been released, and kind of just look at them and get you guys' opinion on what you guys think they're going to bring to the table, right? All right, so first we have the Silvers Rayleigh. We love him. He's a good guy, good old Rogers pirate. Great guy, right? His effect, well, he's 5 life, 5,000 power, and his effect reads, under the rules of this game, you cannot include cards with a cost of 5 or more in your deck. Weird. As soon as I read that, I was like, next. Like, you know what I mean? I don't even want to deal with this. But he says, activate main once per turn. You may reveal 2 events from your hand, and up to one of your characters with 4,000 base power or less gains plus 2k power during this turn. What do you think, Brian?
So that Rayleigh leader is actually proving to be like super meta relevant in Japan right now, and in like I guess like the OCG, the East, we call it.
Yeah.
It's just a good low end, easy to put like spam on the board because you're not playing any character that costs like 5 or higher.
Yeah.
So you can put a lot of buys on the board, put a lot of pressure on the board, and then your leader being able to pump up your guys and just being able to swing out like really awkward numbers to your opponent has proven to be a viable strategy. It's like the equivalent of playing a Dofi deck, I guess.
Right.
Where you're just putting out bodies that are able to just touch leaders, I guess like tap leaders, and be able to just constantly get cards out of their opponent's hand every turn and just constantly replenish the board because there's a lot of like board recursion in that deck. It's a really good leader, I think. I think it's gonna be super meta relevant, and time will tell that it's gonna be probably is a really popular red meta deck, and you can play a lot of really good cards in that deck. So
yeah, I'm looking at the red cards. There's a lot of support that comes with it. We got a Shanks, a Buggy. We have a Shaku Yaku, which we know that her and Rayleigh have had some relations at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
On play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal a Monkey D. Luffy or red event and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then, there's Shanks, there's Buggy, there's a few Roger Pirates, so it looks like he's getting decent support. And also, like, some vanillas and stuff like that are just, they're as big as they can be for his leader effect. And I wanted to say there was a pretty busted event.
All their events in that deck, the 0-cost events, are really, really good for Rayleigh.
Yeah.
What I think is the standout card is the 4-cost Luffy, the 4-cost 4,000 power Luffy.
Yeah.
That card is ignorantly good.
Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, the 4/4 Luffy, cost 4,000 power. If you have a total of 2 or more given Don cards, this character gains 2k power. On play, you may reveal 2 events from your hand, play up to 1 red character card with 3k power or less from your hand, then give up to 1 of your rested Don cards to your leader or 1 of your characters. A lot going on with just a 4 cost. And I think the deck might be good. I like red. You know me, I like red and I like yellow, so I'll always give red a look. But
red historically hasn't been like the most popular deck. I know Shanks was meta relevant, but has there been any other red decks?
For you, it hasn't really.
Yeah.
What Edward Newgate, baby. I mean, you could play Edward Newgate probably today and not do that bad.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a guy that goes to every major event. I got to know his name because we've talked about him a few times, but he literally tops every event with Whitebeard. Don't know how he does it. He just does it.
It's a really good leader. And I think they power crept red too hard with Whitebeard. So like they've been scaling back on a lot of the red support. OP12 Shanks was definitely like the last time they made like a super crazy.
Well, it's crazy. I didn't even say Zoro either.
Oh yeah,
like Zoro is a crazy leader too. And then they even had a package that came out where you could play the animal Zoro. It was like all the chopper cards and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zoro is a great leader.
Zoro's another like really good leader, especially now in this format.
Yeah, Zoro and Newgate will be in rotation. They will both be leaders that go away.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yep. So
and it just makes room for new meta.
It does. It does.
What other leaders are there?
All right, so that was Rayleigh. So next we have the cream de la creme, the one that everybody really wants. This next format, it is the mono green Zoro. We got 5 life, 5k power. Don X3, activate main once per turn. If this leader battles your opponent's character during this turn, set this leader as active. Then this leader cannot attack your opponent's characters with a base cost of 7 or less during this turn. I like how they put base cost on there because, in One Piece, I don't know if there's a lot of green reduction, but there's reduction in the game. So Which honestly I don't think that would affect because I don't even think there is green cards that do a lot of like cost reduction.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so they really didn't have to add that in there, the base power, but yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy, and I know this is a deck that both of you guys are really looking at.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm really excited that pretty much this whole deck is just OP12 cards. Of course, you got the Cavendish and some other support cards that exist right now. But green has always been my favorite color. It's very like control, mid-range, very... When I watch YouTube videos on what the different colors do, green was just balanced. And what I like about this deck, there's a lot of resting. There's a lot of, attacking your opponent's board and kind of keeping a control of the game state. And I just love that type of gameplay.
I got you. What about you, Brian?
So I'm a green player. I started out with green Uta, went to green Bonnie, did a little switcheroo with blue Dofi, and wanted to get a taste of the meta.
You played a little Captain Kid.
I did. I tried the Captain Kid for one locals and realized it was just a worse leader than every way, shape, and form. It got power
and the blue green Rosinante.
I do like that leader a lot.
Yeah.
That one's really cool. But then I went back to green with Lim, and then I'm on green purple Luffy, which is my deck of choice right now. And this is another great green leader, and it's a monocolor. So far we're hitting it off really well with these monocolor leaders because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss playing a 5-life leader. Like been playing 4-life leaders since Lim, and then green purple Luffy. I think we're gonna go back to another meta where it's just 5-life leaders again, taking over the format. And like unless your name is Up Luffy, you're probably gonna just be playing a 5-life leader.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Do you think this is the one, though? You think this is going to be like it depends on the ban list, obviously. Like, because what is the matchup looking like with this deck? Because I know you've been looking into the deck a little bit deeper than us just looking at the leaders and the support and everything. Against an Up Luffy at OP11 full power, what are we looking like, man?
I think this is like a really good matchup against Up Luffy. I think green historically has had like a positive matchup against these kind of like 3-life decks, just because like they put out a lot of big buys on board, and then in this instance the leader is going to be putting out the body, and it's going to be like doing a lot of board control, doing a lot of swing big numbers to leaders. 8's a really good number to hit against Up Luffy, which is like really like a number that Up Luffy hates to see sometimes because of the using 2 cards to try to cancel out that attack. And I think this has a lot of great support in Slash, and historically they don't really introduce a lot of aspects in talking about attributes in One Piece. So this being a Slash support type of deck is going to be really crazy for other Slash leaders like OP10, Green Yellow Law, and then I think there's another couple of them, Green Blue Sanji Zoro.
Oh yeah,
the starter deck.
Yeah.
That one's going to be a really good one. And just being able to support some of these leaders, these old leaders that haven't had a chance to shine, doing this Slash aspect is going to be really interesting. And I think in terms of like making a splash in the meta, I think Zoro has like the best chance right now.
Okay.
It has a lot of good support, and just being able to just do what it does into the meta is going to be actually just kind of insane.
Yeah, as a new player in this game, I had no idea attributes were a thing until probably like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm finding out that Slash support is a thing. So I saw the other ones like long shot, intelligence,
Strike and knowledge.
I've never paid attention to those.
Strike,
and, the whole time.
I think it's 4 of them.
There was
Strike,
one
knowledge, and
card.
range.
What? Yeah, Buggy, the red Buggy card. That
And
was like the
green Buggy.
only card. Is it the green one or the red one? I'm
There's
thinking about.
2 of them. There's a
And
green
yeah,
Buggy and a
those
red
are the
Buggy.
only ones that I'm wanting to say ever mentioned that.
The OP12 Luffy or Stardeck Luffy.
Yeah, but come on.
Yeah. I think it's like Strike or something like that.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about Zoro. I think the deck's gonna be good. I'm not gonna play it. I don't play meta whenever it comes. I don't play best deck. I play best anti-meta most of the time.
Yeah.
And we'll find out what that is. Yeah, we'll just see. I do hear a lot about Zoro. But again, it's going to depend on what our ban list looks like. You know, we could get a ban list now and they say, oh, we got to ban this green card because it's too powerful in this deck, before we get it, just like they do with these other ones.
Dead Man's Game.
Yo, what if this is why Hody Jones gets banned is because of Zoro? We've asked the people on TikTok what they want banned, and every time we mention Hody Jones, they're like, Hody Jones, nah, it's not going to get banned. Who knows, man? We really don't know.
It just does too much.
Yeah, it does a lot. Hody is definitely like, if you see that get dropped against you, like
if it didn't have rush, or if it only rested one card, like
the resting is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, let me just play this and go ahead and rest both of your blockers.
and I can go ahead and knock it out or swing at you like that.
Yeah.
It just does too much. Like it has 3 effects really.
Yeah, and then there's an event in OP12 too that does the Hody effect on top of countering out for up to
It's a
3K.
Zoro card, right?
It's a Straw Hat card, yeah. And Dead Man's Game. It has like a super long name, but I think they call it Dead Man's Game, DMG. So
That's just broken.
Well,
can't wait to play it.
yeah, I guess we'll see. And who knows? I might like it too. Who knows?
Yeah.
This might be the time because Bello Betty is getting on my nerves, man.
Bello
Like
Betty
I'm
is
tired of it.
great.
Or I might play the new Kuzan. We got a blue Navy leader. Navy. God, I've been so happy not seeing Navy cards for this long. You know, man. Like Alex, dude, I'm telling you, the Navy and Gekko Moria stuff, man, you came at the right time. But like, man, dude, we were going through hell for a while. We fought through it though.
we did.
Yeah, I'm just really getting introduced to like the powerful Navy people because you know for the first hundreds of episodes of One Piece,
yeah.
Navy people are just kind of like jokes. Except for Garp is shown to be kind of like powerful, and then you meet Kuzan and you get to Ennie's lobby and you start seeing that there are more powerful Navy people. Like, hey, these Navy guys are actually pretty serious.
It's like the real military.
Yeah,
there's tiers.
It's fascinating to me to see that there are Navy cards and.
Oh yeah, dude. When Sakazuki was going around, brother, man, dude, that was blue-black Sakazuki, dude. Like,
That's
when you see
deck.
those colors with each other, it gets kind of rough. But this is a blue Kuzan. His effect is when a card is trashed from your hand by your Navy type card effects, draw cards equal to the number of cards trashed.
Broken. That's got to be broken.
It depends on the support because I don't think there is like
So they
I'm
have.
thinking blue.
Yeah.
This isn't black blue. He's just blue.
There's that 2K Suru that you discard 2 cards and you bounce.
Oh yeah.
You bounce I forgot what the restriction was, but that one's really good. And then there's the Aramaki blocker.
Wait, are we talking about the card that was like 2 cents forever? It was like the worst alt art, and like everybody pulled that alt art.
Yeah.
I think everybody that is open. What set was that? OP6? 6?
06.
Dude, it was like, oh, we got an alt, and it was that damn Arumaki.
Yeah.
Dude, and it's bad. It was bad, but
no more.
Now, I hope you guys held that alt art. It might have got a reprint in PRB.
I don't think it did.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's gonna be a
crazy.
good one. So yeah, there's a lot of good cards in this Kuzan deck, and there's a lot of old support that are gonna be really good for it. There's like this new Pheasant Kick card. I think I forgot the exact name of it, but it's a Kuzan support card, and I really like it because how it reads is like it's basically a Gundam Giant with Kuzan's effect because you have to discard a card to use it, and your leader gains 4,000 power. I think it's leader or character, so it basically just reads as Gundam Giant.
Yeah, it says counter up to one of your leaders or characters gain 4K power during this battle. Then you trash a card from your hand, and the trigger is trash a card from your hand, draw a card. So Kuzan's leader effect is just whenever a card is trashed.
Buy a Navy card, yeah. So that triggers it, so you'll draw a card off of that. But so my thing is with the ban list, if they don't ban Gundam Giant, why would I play any other deck that's not Gundam Giant? Because like I'd rather just play Gundam Giant over that.
Yeah, and I mean right here you pretty much have a Gundam Giant. Like because with leader effect, now it is a lead locked.
It is
Gundam Giant. You know what I mean? But wow. This one might be something too, man. It looks like it. So you remember when OP06 came out and it completely like refreshed the meta?
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like right here.
I think so too.
Because all of these, just looking at these 3, it's looking like they're gonna do some damage.
They are. They're really great leaders. I think all of them are really great leaders. But yeah, I think that card is gonna be really good. It's just that unless they ban Gundam Giant, there's no reason for me not to play a Kuzan deck.
Yeah, especially in this deck, the blue purple Sanji.
Oh yeah,
Gum Giant in that.
Well, we have our first double colored leader, blue purple, which favorite combo in color
up
lately.
Sanji.
It's wild. Yeah, it's up Sanji. Activate main once per turn. Don -1. Activate up to one of your Straw Hat crew type events with a base cost of 3 or less from your hand. So you get to do that for 1 Don. And when attacking, if the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to or less than the number of your opponents, you can add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. So you get to ramp when attacking every time. And you just get to play 3-cost events for 1 Dawn.
So now you get to play a leader ramp card, and you also get to get cheap events. Now, are the Straw Hat events good, or?
I don't know. What do you know, Brian?
There's a couple of good ones. Jet Culverin from OP11 is one they play as a 3-cost event that's really good. The Boof Burst is a really good one. I think that's like their.
Here's one. This is OP12 Brochet Blow. And this is a purple event, 3 costs. It is a Straw Hat Crew event. Main, if your number of Dawn is equal to or less than the number of your opponents, draw a card, then give one of your opponent's characters minus 3k during this turn.
Oh yeah, so that's
Pretty
just good. Oh, that's just Great Eruption.
Yeah, for 1 Dawn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's pretty nuts. Here's another one. We have Luffy is the man who will be the king of the pirates. Every time it says something like that, it's a pretty busted card, huh, Brian? You've been playing that I will be king of the pirates and
now that
GP.
is a 1 cost anyways.
This is a 1 cost, so it'll be 1 Dawn regardless. So you can actually do this without the leader effect and then do leader effect and play the other one.
Yep.
But this one's main if your leader is Sanji, so it's completely leader locked. Leader locked in purple, so you can't play it in any other Sanji deck. Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and add 1 card to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So a free draw for 1 Dawn.
Yeah, and I think the ruling for that card is that because it just says pick any card, you don't have to show your opponent what you're picking.
Correct.
Insane.
Yeah. So if I do pick up the Gum Giant, or I do pick up, let's see, what is this? Purple, blue. I don't know what other cards, what support he got, but that one actually is kind of crazy too.
So yeah, this is the leader that I've been looking at besides Green Zoro. I'm really interested in this playstyle. I think this upstyle is really good. Also, it's another Gum Giant deck, which I'm a fan of. So
yeah,
this is something that I've been researching a lot. There's a Reiju card for this deck that's really, really good. It's like
was that a Vinsmoke leader? Was he Straw Hat and Vinsmoke?
Yeah, he's Straw Hat and Vinsmoke leader.
Wow, that's kind of nuts. All right. Next one, we have yellow purple. We got Lakers Rosinante coming to the chat. Let's go. Once per turn, if your Trafalgar Law would be KO'd, you may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand instead. Activate main once per turn, Dawn -1. The next time you play a Trafalgar Law with a cost of 4 or more from your hand during this turn, the cost will be reduced by 2. I don't know where they're going with that, to be honest. I would have to read the support on that, but this is my first time seeing the card. I haven't heard nothing about it. You kind of like stuff like this, Brian. Have you looked into this at all?
Like I mentioned, the Sanji's gonna be my poison of choice for OP12. This leader, I have not looked a single bit in.
Okay.
Some of the support is just not there, I don't think. And also, we're missing some promo law cards.
Oh,
I think we're getting them in PRB.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be something to look at in the
Isn't
future.
blocker law 4 cost? But he's green though.
No, there's a yellow blocker law. I think that's in PRB.
Okay.
And I think it's in the regional pack this season too. So when at Bandai Fest, we'll be getting that regional pack.
It sounds to me like Kuzan and Zoro are probably the best leaders of OP12 for sure.
I think Rayleigh over Kuzan for sure.
You think Rayleigh?
Rayleigh for sure.
They're gonna. I just think they all need to be cooked because the West has a different way of playing.
It
you
does.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got deck building cooking skills over here. All right, let's look at our last one before we take our break. We got Koala. 4 life, 5k power, and she is yellow black, which I hate that color combination, but it's cool. When this leader attacks your opponent's leader, if you have 2 or more characters with a cost of 8 or more, draw 1 card. Okay.
So stupid.
Once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent plays a character with a base cost of 8 or more, or when your opponent plays a character using character's effects. Okay, and then your opponent adds 1 card from the top of their life to their hand.
This seems like a direct counter hit to Up Luffy.
Okay,
as is proven so far in the meta, and
isn't that?
It's not doing it. I think Up Luffy is just still being able to power through it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it has a terrible Green Zoro matchup.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like all the it seems like all the Revolutionary Army stuff, like it takes a while for them to like cook up and like really do something. And then most of the time they never do anything, you know. So yeah, well that's the leaders, and you know, I think Zoro's going to be the one. Rayleigh, Zoro, Kuzan maybe. It might be a little cooked, but we'll be back and let you guys know really how that's going to go throughout the process and our process going into Bandai Fest. But let's take a break real quick, and then we'll talk about Alex's adventures with Yu-Gi-Oh! This weekend and how he feels about the current state of the game.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll be right back. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're going to interrupt this episode and tell you about our sponsors. Yes, our sponsors over at Dueling Guard. These guys definitely have everything you need for your TCG journey. Go ahead and head on down to duelingguard.com. Check out their deck boxes, their playmats, their binders, their anime art cards. They have it all, and I swear I love this stuff. I back it all the way. I personally use binders and deck boxes from Dueling Guards for all of my TCG play. When I'm going to bigger tournaments, or even if I'm going to smaller tournaments, they have everything I need to be comfortable in my competitive scene. I love the size of their deck boxes. They fit perfectly in my book bag without any type of clutter. You know what I mean? When you have them big deck boxes and it's just so cluttery in your book bag, it makes your book bag kind of get deformed after a little while. These are great for that because they're a nice slim fit. They also have so many different sizes of deck boxes. So if you don't like the size of one of their deck boxes, I'm sure they'll have something to fit your certain criteria whenever you're going to these big events. Their playmats are super high quality. I really enjoy playing on them, and their binders are peak. They're side loading, they zip up, they're just really good binders all in all, and they fit perfectly in your book bag. They also have different accessories like playmat holders and different bags that you can take out. I'm telling you now, you guys are definitely going to want to support Dueling Guard, man. They are very awesome in what they do. So go to duelingguard.com, use code Pop.1 at checkout. You guys get a discount. It helps us out a lot. We really enjoy having Dueling Guard around, and we thank them so much for what they do for the community and for Pop.1 podcast. All right, let's get back to the show.
So, as much as we talk bad about Yu-Gi-Oh, I've been getting back into it recently.
Did we talk bad about Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, so
It's the truth. It's the truth.
It's the truth. The game is not what it once was. It is, to this day, in my opinion, the best gameplay card game out of all of them, and it is definitely the most complicated.
I agree.
You need to be very big brain 24/7 to be good at that game. But you know, with me kind of transitioning mostly into One Piece and now with Gundam, there's still always love in my heart for Yu-Gi-Oh, and they just came up with the deck Yummy that is essentially Pearly but in synchro forms, and I really enjoyed that. So we talked last week where, hey, if you buy Justice Hunters, you can kind of make your money back and still build your deck. That's exactly what I did. I bought like 3 boxes of Justice Hunters, and I pulled about $400 worth of cards, and I just traded those cards and got my Yummy deck. I didn't pay anything for this deck. It was an incredible feeling. Now I have a meta Yu-Gi-Oh deck that I didn't pay for, and I had an OTS today, an OTS championship. I'm trying to get my invite for Nats next year. If I go, if I don't go, none of that's important, right? But I did not do well.
Okay.
Not playing for a few months has hindered me. And the thing is, though, I had fun.
That's good. Did it feel weird since you've been playing One Piece? Because that's what happened to me. I played One Piece for like a month.
Yeah.
And then I went to a locals in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, ooh. But after like a few minutes, like it just all started like coming back to me.
It did. I was joking around with someone. I was like, man, every round I'm kind of like leveling up and getting back my Yu-Gi-Oh! Knowledge.
Yeah.
Because it really did feel like that. However, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Habits die hard. I don't read the cards all the way, right?
Yeah.
And there were so many cards that I were playing where I misread it, or, you know, I didn't finish the sentence all the way and I was missing keywords, their effects. And, you know, I lost to myself. But at the end of the day, it was fun. I had fun. This is a fun format for Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. There's a bunch of decks. We'll see what happens when the ban list comes after Worlds at the end of this month. But right now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not in an amazing place, but it's also not a terrible place.
Yeah, I've been I'm still in a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Chats for Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana, and stuff, and they've really been hyping it up. And they were talking about the Yummy, and they were also talking about K9. Is that K9? And
K9.
And basically, like the deck is like if you so like I guess it doesn't work like with just like monster effects on the fields, but if like you interact with your opponent, I guess
from hand.
Like hand traps, stuff
monster
like that.
effects from hand triggers all the K9 cards. And I've spoken about one of the big reasons why I wanted to take a break this format, because I was worried that pretty much turn zero play where the K9, because you could do the K9 combos going second on your opponent's first turn. Same thing with the Draco Tail cards and even the Vanquish Soul cards. So I was really worried this would be just like a turn zero gameplay. But after playing the tournament today, it's not like that. It's really not. So I'm happy I was wrong about that. That was a wrong take. But
what was the third deck? I thought there was a third one.
Draco Tail K9, which is Vanquish Soul K9. That's really like the big deck, and then Yummy.
So Draco Tail. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much about that one.
Draco Tail kind of gets put in with Branded, and it's just a fusion deck.
Oh god.
And again, it does and Branded isn't that bad right now because Branded Fusion's at 1, but that's not relevant. The biggest thing with Draco Tail though is you get to fusion on your opponent's first turn and bounce some cards and get your hand traps that you use back for the fusions, and that's that's just a thing.
Oh, cool.
What I also did, another tournament I did.
Yeah.
Was a Gundam Locals. I went to my first Gundam Locals.
Okay, how'd that go?
Dude, I had so much fun. I played Red White. How do we call these decks in this game? Like I'm playing Arthur-Zala. What's his name?
Arthur-Zala.
Arthur-Zala. That's probably my favorite pilot. Justice Gundam, which is the level 7/5 cost. One of Arthur's
mobile suits. Yeah.
Mobile suits. That card is broken. That's like the whole reason I want to play the Red White, because the red units for Arthur, breach, make a token that can have rush that's also a blocker.
Yeah.
Like it's just so good. It's just so good.
I think white is going to be like the color to mix in with every deck.
White seems to be like the support color.
Yeah, there's a lot of good command units or command cards in white that are like the draw, the
draw 2, discard 1.
Draw 2, discard 1, draw 2 in general.
Yeah.
And then the
counter.
The main action, -3 AP.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy.
I
think that's cards.
And also the token generation.
Oh, yeah, Striker Pack. Yep.
That's also a burst.
Yep.
Now, what I'm finding is early deck lists I'm seeing, you're playing, they're maxing out all the copies. They're playing 4 copies of a bunch of these cards. But really what I'm finding is playing 2 to 3 copies of all these cards is just as good, because I think I cut, what's the AP -3 called?
Unforeseen incidents.
Yeah. So I'm playing 2 unforeseen incidents, and it's the perfect number, because when I was playing 4, it was clogging my hand, and I'm like, man, I hate seeing this card. I'd rather see a Gundam or a pilot.
Yeah.
But you definitely play 4 of the draw 2, discard 1. That card's just insanely broken. And the token generator, I play 2 of those as well. And these are just the perfect ratios for me.
Yeah, I think right now in Gundam, there's a lot of good opportunity for like not having to max out on cards. Deck building right now is just up in the air. It's mainly because, this is a global release game. So there's nobody has any idea of how to build anything yet.
We can't look ahead to Japan like we do with One Piece.
Nope. They're getting the same information we're getting.
Yeah.
So it's going to release at the same time.
Yep, global release.
Wow.
Yeah.
What won that big tournament recently? It was what, blue green?
Green white.
Green white.
Yeah, green white won a couple big tournaments, and I know right now like a lot of Xeon decks too, which is that Star deck person that I told you to get.
Yeah.
That one's doing really well, and then I heard a lot of talk about Zaft, which is Arthur-Zala, is gaining a lot of popularity right now. So
I think that pilot, you get an attack and active unit, the turn is linked, and then you get the breach on top of that, or you get the the rush token blocker. That's just broken.
Yeah, so it sounds like right now the meta is predominantly the green white.
Yeah, because Death Side is crazy.
Yep, green white and Death Side and Wing Gundam 0, and then for a low to the ground type deck is the red green Xeon, and then one that's coming out from like the underbelly of like I guess like deck building is Zaft. I'm not sure the exact colors. It could be red white or it could be red white what you're playing. It could be different color combination. I'm not 100% sure.
Are they all double color?
So yeah, in Gundam you have to play 2 colors. You can play one. Yeah, you can play one color.
Well, before we get into it, I want to let the viewers know I have 2 structure decks. We've talked about this. I think I've had them since episode 3. I just haven't got to play it all.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what. I gotta learn the game, basically.
The game is a conglomeration of a bunch of card games. It's Hearthstone, One Piece, a lot of One Piece, I'd say. Some Magic.
Well, I like that. It's like now I'm hearing there's a lot of One Piece because I've been hearing the Hearthstone and I've also been hearing like some Digimon aspects and stuff like that.
There's some Digimon aspects with like the linking, I guess, or pairing, or pairing. But other than that, like I think it plays mostly like One Piece, except like the pilots are like equipped spells that you can equip to your. Imagine like you're equipping like your baby Luffy, or imagine you're equipping a big Luffy with a baby Luffy, and the baby Luffy is like.
And that's like the Digimon aspect of it right there. Yeah, because like you can Digivolve and all that. Because like I wanted to get into Digimon. Not gonna lie, right before I really got into One Piece, we have a big Digimon community here on the coast.
Yes.
And I'm really cool with them. They have been like supporters for Pop.1 since the beginning, you know? And they were always like, come play, you know, come try it out, come play and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I will. I was super into Yu-Gi-Oh! So all my free time was going to Yu-Gi-Oh! Father, wife, you know, all that stuff. So it's hard to kind of do a lot of card games outside of my normal schedule. And never got really around to it. But I watched the videos on how to play a few times, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Well, then One Piece came out, and dude, they hated One Piece when it came out because it legit overshadowed their game.
Yeah.
And Bandai noticed and did that. They overshadowed the game. They were just like, you know, it still goes on. But like during Bandai Fest, for examples, whenever the streams are going on the whole time, they, after each round of each game, you know, they switch it to another game. And literally you'll see the stream like on One Piece be like 500 plus, 600 plus viewers, and it'll literally go down to like 30. Really? Like when a Digimon game comes on. And then their other game, Battle Saga or whatever it is.
Saga,
yeah, it'll be like 2. It'll be like 2 viewers, dude.
And that's kind of what people complain about with Bandai for the most, is that they just have so many games that they do when, you know, I feel like they just need to focus on a couple. Gundam is going fantastic. If they can keep this up, let's do it. We were educated that Dragon Ball is actually more of a popular card game than what we originally thought.
But to be honest, I think that's Dragon Ball players saying that. Like, you got to think there's dedicated. Like, dude, sometimes I'll look at One Piece and be like, dude, are we there to where like we don't like see the? It's kind of weird because, like, no offense to the Digimon players, no offense to the Dragon Ball players, but like sometimes I think they're kind of delusional, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh, it's still strong, it's still going, but like on the outside looking in, you're just like,
is it?
Yeah.
I will say this: I go to a card shop today,
yeah,
and Dragon Ball is just chilling on the shelves. One Piece is behind the counter in locked glass.
Yeah, you gotta lock it up.
Yeah,
dude, I've seen Dragon Ball locals, man, compared to the same area having One Piece and stuff. I'm gonna tell you, based on my experience, Dragon Ball just doesn't have the community.
Now, a lot of people who say this, they do live in these big cities.
Right.
And, you know, shame on us. We live in a smaller area, but we go to these big cities quite often.
Yeah.
And
we're out here, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, and I know some of the stuff, like, lately with the TikTok and stuff, a lot of people have been correcting us on a lot of things, and that's fine. We take corrections and stuff, but, like, understand that we are out here. Yeah. We do more than the average person when it comes to events and playing card games. We just might not know everything. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. And it's going back to the anime talk with the Gundams and stuff like that. We have never watched the anime of Gundam. No. We grew up and it was on TV, blah, blah, blah. But like, I never got into it. Bryan Ha is a big fan of it.
I'm a huge fan.
You know, he came in here and scolded us before the podcast about our last episode. And we were getting a little scolds on TikTok and stuff. But, you know, engagement is engagement. And we explain ourselves and stuff. But, you know, if they would just go watch the full episode of the podcast, they would understand the context.
To watch an hour and a half long content.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, more and more are watching this, more and more are following, and everyone that's following, welcome.
Yeah.
We're glad that you're a part of this. We're just a couple of dudes just talking about card games.
If you met us in person, you'd love us.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Hopefully. We met a lot of people. I cannot wait to see our Dallas group, though, man. I'm super excited to go out there and see them, man.
I'm excited to meet the Dallas people.
It's going to be a story.
Yeah, Dallas and Vegas is going to be a movie.
What I'm excited to see, though, because I come from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
And, you know, I have my friends that I know that are local, and you don't really make friends in these other cities a lot of times unless you're like a bigger name.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited to see how this goes, you know, being a lesser name, going into a Dallas, being like, hey, can I make friends in Dallas?
Yeah.
That are from Dallas?
Well,
I feel like that'll be easier in this game. Than,
you know a lot of the dudes out there already. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, if a lot of you guys don't know, we had a sponsored Yu-Gi-Oh team that we've been running for the past 3 years. We don't really do it anymore, but we gained a lot of traction with that, and we've met a lot of players all around the world. And so Alex knows a lot of these One Piece players because they're previous Yu-Gi-Oh players. A lot of them are. And you'll be surprised when you go out there. It's going to be a really good time.
I will say we're not going to name any names, but there are players who are big players in Yu-Gi-Oh who would not mess with you.
Yeah.
When it came to Yu-Gi-Oh, but then you go meet them at a One Piece event.
Completely different people, bro.
completely
I
different
swear
people.
they are dude. I know who you're talking about, but there's like 3 or 4 of them to me. You know what I mean? That I never talked to during Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm excited to see what that happens with me.
Oh, dude, they are legit pirates now, dude. They are like completely changed. They're not like.
I know there are some people that I was cool with already.
Yeah.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm gonna see them in One Piece, and I know we're gonna be cool again. But I'm curious to see because I'm noticing too, like even in private messages, I'm messaging people who, you know, we didn't hang out before.
Right.
It was kind of
casual.
Cool. Yeah, it was kind of like Cool Kids
What's
Club.
up?
But
you know, yeah.
It's almost like playing One Piece is the Cool Kids Club. If you just play this game in general.
Because what it is, they're like, oh, I remember that kid from Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, we play this game now. So we obviously have some stuff in common if we're doing the same motion. And yeah, dude, it's just like that. It's exactly like that. Because there's people that when I go to Dallas and Shreveport even and everything, they were around, you know what I mean? But you know how I was on the whole Pop.1 Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Like, we was there for blood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't there to make no friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we was there to get the prizes, go home. Now it's like we're all playing. It's casual. Let's have a good time. What's up? Like, you know?
I'm really here for a good time. Like, I can go X3 drop.
Yeah, and yeah, you don't care. You really do
really
not care. I mean, you care. Don't get me wrong, but like,
yeah. I mean, if you bubble like that,
for example, you almost didn't join the side event at the end. Remember?
Yeah, so at Shreveport, I went X3 in like round 6 or 7, and I got really sad, and I was like, man, I'm not really happy right now. Like I played terrible all day, and I wasn't doing so hot, and like Brian, Ty, and Preston and Josh were like, just join, you know. Brian's like, look, I'll pay for your entry. I'll like, you know. And we'll do it together as a team. And I'm like,
yeah. And
right.
I looked at you and I was like, I promise I'll cook.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna cook, dude.
Yeah.
I promise.
And y'all cooked.
That's a story. We top forward.
Dude, that's a story, y'all. That's a story you just don't forget, dude.
Nah, it was epic.
I love stuff like that, and I hope that something happens with my first Bandai trip. And I can promise you, One Piece is my travel.
Oh, we ain't getting in no side events out here, bro. I'm gonna tell you that.
I don't know. I might go check out that Gundam stuff.
I will. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If I don't like do good in LCQ, which honestly I don't know what's gonna happen,
right?
Because we don't know what we can play,
right?
But I think I will try it. And to tell you the truth, I don't think we're gonna get into that either. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard.
These are two very, very popular card games right now.
Yeah.
And you know, you got to give it to Bandai. You got to give it. Is Play TCG running this one?
I don't. Let me double check.
Yeah, but anyways, Play TCG's been running all the other ones. A lot of people give them a lot of, you know, blah blah blah. But you got to give it to them, man. These guys are like literally like a shop.
They need, but so it's not exclusive to Bandai, right? Like Yu-Gi-Oh. It used to be what. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Well, anyways, you go to a Yu-Gi-Oh event, you see all these big name shops, and it's the same ones every time that get to do these events.
Yeah.
These games need these shops.
Yeah.
These games just need them. And, you know, you support the community supports
well,
you.
without these shops, you think Bandai is going to be
Absolutely
over
not.
here like throwing these events and stuff all the
look
time?
at Gundam,
No.
right? Gundam is exclusively in stores
LGSs,
and
right?
LGSs. They're
Yeah.
not in Walmarts or Targets. or
No,
anything
everybody
like
keeps
that.
asking me when I, you know, because our Discord, we have people that post the restocks down here all the time. And so we can help the community get the cards, you know, and kind of keep it away from the scalpers or whatever.
Yeah. And it's just such a shame when the shops become the scalpers.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
man. It hurts because I'm seeing stuff online with the structure decks.
Yeah.
You know, we have everybody, which is crazy. We do have and it feels good when a new game comes out and you see the enthusiasm from your locals saying, okay, we want to play this game. Do you guys want to give it a try? And they're like, oh, we're already trying it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. Let's get it going. We can't get it going because there's absolutely no way. Our personal locals, their distributors, he ordered Gundam as soon as it got announced. And as soon as it got announced with his distros, He sent him an email as soon as he got like any type of leaks online about the game coming out. And then as soon as it came available to order through the distros, he ordered 6 cases because he knew he wasn't going to get them. Because I told him, I was like, if you want to for sure get it, go ahead and boost up your allocation like as much as you can afford, you know, and then you should be able to get at least 1 case, at least, you know what I mean? And not to mention, he's been getting Bandai product, One Piece product, and recording tournaments weekly for the past year.
Yeah, over a year.
We've done treasure cups there. We've done pre-releases. We've done everything. We have good standing with Bandai. When he got his order in, he got 1 of each display of the structure decks.
That's
Nothing else.
crazy.
Nothing else.
And what's crazy is that there's another local shop. He got, I want to say, like 12 displays of each starter in 1 case.
And
so who's the... I don't want to say who's to blame, right? But like, who's to blame? Is it these different distributors?
well, I
Is
will
it the
tell you
shops?
something. I'm not going to speak the name because we go to a bunch of different locals, by the way.
Yes.
We do not go to just one locals. So when I say TOs, you guys don't know who I'm talking about. But one of our TOs showed me what current distribution prices are just for Pokemon, okay? It's not, let's get booster boxes for, you know, a shop price. You know how much they're selling him booster boxes now for Pokemon? $260. This is distribution.
That's unreal.
Meaning that he would have to sell a booster box 300 plus, and he's never done that. He says, I would rather not buy it, you know, than to have something on my shelf that makes me look like a scalper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really not the shop's fault. The shops are just doing what they can because they can't get this product anywhere else unless they go out and wait in lines at GameStop.
And some shop owners do that.
yeah.
And then they have to charge these up prices, which makes them scalpers.
But who gets the bad review after they put that booster box on their shelf, selling it the absolutely cheapest they can because they have to make a profit.
They have to.
Like, they have to keep the lights on. Like, and a lot of people, a lot of card players and a lot of collectors don't understand this. When a distro is telling you, hey, we're going to go ahead and 2x what we've been selling you already, put it on your shelf for $300, $350. They ain't going to go in there and say Alliance or whoever the other distro is. They're going to get on there and say so-and-so is out here scalping. Don't support this shop.
Yeah. But there's 2 sides to the coin, right? There's the side where, because that's not exclusive. I've heard that from a couple of shops with the distributors. We don't know the story because maybe they do have a bad distributor. Maybe they have an excellent distributor.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but then it becomes to the point where, okay, well, why even put
there's
this on
not
the
many
product?
distributors. That's the thing, too. It's kind of monopolized through like 3 or 4 companies.
So at what point do we know which distribution companies are scalping and which ones are not?
We won't. They make the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does that work, right? Maybe we need to get a good distributor on the podcast.
Yeah, I would legit love to talk to somebody higher up and just see the process of all this.
Because they buy directly from Bandai, Konami, whatever the company is.
You can go
right?
to YouTube and there's barely any videos of printing factories, higher ups, you know, anything like that. This is a market that's it's not. There's not a lot of info out there on this. You could probably learn like how to be a rocket scientist before you learn how to make an official Pokemon trading card.
Because
online,
Wizards,
you know what I mean?
Wizards, you buy directly from Wizards.
No,
for a lot
they're
of
all
products.
distros. Same distros of Magic and everything like that. I think you can go directly through Wizards. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've dealt behind the scenes with distribution and stuff like that.
I met someone who showed me in real time their scalping. They're like, you know, it's not their full-time job. They do it on the side. They went and bought a ton of Pokemon product at a local store.
Yeah.
And same day they made $800.
Yeah.
And they spent a fraction of that. And, you know, I get it. There's 2 sides of the argument. How can you realistically go to a shop like a Walmart, Target, Sam's, whatever, and not... It's free money.
Yeah.
You throw the stuff on TCG Player, you know it's going to sell, and it sells same day, if not the next day, and you make a couple $100 just from shopping at Walmart. You just got to wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was during COVID. I mean, that's what I was doing during COVID. I'd get up at 5 a.m. and I'd go hang out at Walmart with, you know, and there was about 10 other dudes. But we were doing clean stuff. You know, everybody was there for a certain thing. Most of them were sports cards. It was like me and 3 other dudes there for Pokemon. And
now it's a line at GameStop in the
now
morning.
It's not even the scalpers that are lining up. It's the people that just want to rip the packs.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do that to just rip. Scalpers can't. When you see those lines outside of GameStop, it's because they have heavy limits on everything and stuff like that. So it's a perfect opportunity to go do it. And I advise you, if you do want to open new Pokemon product or anything like that, go talk to your local GameStop. They're all putting the signs on the door telling you what date, how much they're getting, blah blah blah. So you're not confused. It used to be just go stand in line in front of GameStop every day. You know what I mean? Until because they didn't know when a restock was coming. You never know. And now Targets and Walmarts are doing different days and stuff now because people are. I mean, I've been mapping them out for the past 4 years in our local area, ever since COVID. And they change them like every other week. They'll change it from Wednesday to Friday, or blah blah blah. And you never know. But it's making it harder for them to get stuff like this. But whenever you have ties in with distribution, these
big online
like shops, you know what I mean? When you open that's what they like to call them, online shops. And I don't know if like TikTok and Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives count as like an online shop, but like, do you think distributors are giving you access to their portals by just saying I have an online shop and then showing you your TikTok revenue? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how is that even working? Because you have TikTok streamers that are getting cases of everything weeks early, bro. I mean, it used to be something, you remember we used to get Yu-Gi-Oh sets early and stuff like that, but I would be sketched out to even post it on the Twitch if I got it 2 days early. You know what I'm saying? Now we had people opening PRB from Japan a month ahead. And even now with the Mega Evolution set with Pokemon, that's not out yet.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah.
And they're opening it on TikTok.
That's crazy.
Like, and we're seeing all the leaks.
I wonder if they got the same distributor.
I don't. That's Japanese, so I don't know. But like, once PRB, we'll probably be seeing PRB on TikTok probably like 2 weeks before it comes out. And it's just like, how is this happening? Now I understand that shops do get stuff early. They'll probably get it like a couple days or like sometimes a week early.
So most recently with Yu-Gi-Oh! Justice Hunters, I know a shop that got the product in on Tuesday. They didn't sell until it was available on Thursday, but we're talking like 2 days.
Yeah,
these places are weeks to a month early. It's absolutely insane how they're getting it just this early. And I wonder if it's intentional from these companies.
I don't know, man. And I thought Bandai was on a really good run until this Gundam stuff. I kind of thought that because like they got to know that there was some hype around this. You know what I mean? There was some hype around this. And you would think that because like I get the One Piece, okay?
Yeah.
I get that they didn't know what was about to happen because their games usually don't do this.
Yeah.
Digimon didn't do this. Dragon Ball, both of them didn't do this. They got popular over time.
Yeah.
But I've never had an issue getting a Digimon pack.
I think
know what I mean?
I think the combination of how popular One Piece as a card game is with the hype of card games in general right now and the popularity of the Gundam IP, it's caused the issue that we're having today.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because what you're seeing shops. You go on TCG Player, you can't find a single box of the set for less than $250. It's absolutely just insane to me. And when it comes to the starter decks, you're seeing a lot of people charging $25 for the starter deck.
Yeah.
We even saw some Facebook posts go all the way up to $75 for the starter decks.
I don't know where that was from, but somebody was like, shout out my LGS. $75.
75. I'm like, okay, at what point are you just not trying to keep the players in the game?
I don't even think the cards that come out of the pack or any of them are worth that much.
And what's going to happen is if you price the players out this game, there's no point in collecting. Trading card games cannot be exclusively for people who make a lot of money. They just cannot be. Trading card games are supposed to be able to generate communities and people to go out and make friends that last a lifetime, memories that last a lifetime. It gives you a reason to get out the house and escape from this bullshit that we call life.
Yeah, well, it's what's crazy is people are already trying to like vend this game, and it's just like, come on, man.
It's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
There's no prices on anything. So I want to know what they're picking up cards for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like the data to me, it looks like it's just doing this. Like,
it is.
Like,
no, it's terrible.
You're just playing around with the stock market, but it's the card market.
Yeah.
And at what point does it burst? Because it's not like it can't burst.
Yeah.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's burst.
Yeah.
Because even so, Justice Hunters, the set just came out as a hot set. All the yummy cards are $15 a piece.
I know.
That's not.
when we talked about it, I went and looked on because we talked about it last episode. I went and looked at the prices, after release, and I was just like, well,
it's not like crazy buy, but that's
No.
because and it's a good thing. The game's not getting scalped, blase, but at the same time, you got a lot of shops that's not carrying the product, which is a bad thing in my opinion. So there just needs to be a heavy balance. It almost feels like there's a cycle of life with trading cards.
I will say one thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! The collector's aspect of it is gone.
It's gone.
I think it's
100%.
dead.
100%
Going through the past week, I've been hunting a lot of the Pokemon White Flare and Black Bolt. Started off at the GameStop. Last episode, we talked about that. And then throughout the week, it's been fairly simple finding something. I haven't been able to find anything crazy. I did hit a restock somewhere last Wednesday and was able to get me and the wife an ETB in a couple packs, and we ripped it all. But I will say, going to every place that I've gone to look for cards, Yu-Gi-Oh's chilling.
Yeah, it's always there. It's fun though to, be excited for something and make a trip to places you wouldn't normally go.
Yeah,
like I live 30 minutes away from a Target. I have no reason to go for a Target.
Yeah,
but I just have the itch to open a pack of cards.
Rip a pack, yeah.
So I know that I need to drive 30 minutes and kind of chase these cards.
And I'll pick up some Yu-Gi-Oh! If there's nothing there and I got a little itch or whatever, and I like this one, maybe throughout the week because it's going to be hard to find Pokemon. I might pick up because I like when they put the tokens in. What I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, because those actually end up being like really good collector's items. Those tokens and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're really cool. I used to collect tokens. I don't know if you remember my token binder back in the day, but I like stuff like that. Like, am I gonna get like super hyped about it? Probably not. If I pull a Starlight, that's cool. They're not Starlights to me anymore, though. I don't even want to get into that because I'm gonna get angry. But
but these other card games,
I just want to say though, like for Gundam, I think the hype for Gundam stems from the fact that this is not technically Bandai's first venture into Gundam. They in Battle Spirit Saga, they had a whole set that was based around Gundam, and it was really funny because the Gundam alt arts in that set for Battle Spirit Saga were worth more than the legit boxes.
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
So like that was like their first step into it, and they know the hype. And then on top of that, I think another reason why the hype's really high right now is because this is Bandai's first global release game. They've been hyping this game up for a year.
Yeah.
They've been getting the logistics down and being like, all right, how can we get this game to be a global release? So whatever Japan has, whatever we have here in America, same time. So I think that's where the hype is, because
it could be an issue too with their print stuff. You know what I mean? They could have a printing issue trying to do both at the same time.
Who knows?
Because is the card stock the same?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it could.
Flawless.
There could be different things. One thing I will say though, and I hope Bandai kind of does this, is maybe they could communicate with the players, because it is a big talk. Every TikTok we post about Gundam, people just say nonstop, "I can't find this product. I can't find this product." And we were blessed that we were able to find some of this product. I will say I bought a box, and I would purchase more than one box of a game that I'm playing to open, but there wasn't enough.
I haven't even seen a box in person.
Yeah, same.
We had some players come to One Piece Local Saturday, and they were playing, and I finally got to see like some of the alt arts and stuff. And one of our friends pulled, I guess, like the manga of the set or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had one chilling, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Yeah. It looks really good.
The art's really good. Every shop now, what they're doing, they're down to like their last box, and they don't know if.
But I heard that people
win.
have also been mapping too, because you can map One Piece cases and stuff. And if you see online like not a full case, but people are like saying I got 5-6 boxes for sale or whatever, the hit has already been taken. Yeah. So you're just.
And you can do that with a lot of card games. There tends
you
to
can
be
do it
that
with One Piece,
issue.
but like we tend to. I mean, at our shop that we get all of our One Piece stuff, everybody, it's like just enough people to sell out every single box every time. So we're all opening in front of each other. We all see what's pulled.
It's also because the manga is still going to be in there too. Yeah. And that's the main chase. Is like if a 3-hit box was pulled, of all the 3-hit boxes were pulled and all the alt art leaders were pulled, that just means statistically the manga is going to be the next hit, I would assume.
If it's there, because mangas are like 1 out of every 2 cases.
Yeah. No, for sure. I just, I hope Bandai kind of does something and
Yeah.
communicates with the players, be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is why this is happening.
They posted surveys. I'm not sure if you.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they post surveys on the app. You have to just look at it.
Yeah.
Like they have notifications.
They listen. It's just gonna take some time, and people think that this stuff's gonna happen overnight. Because like you got to think when Bandai realized, like they're probably like just now kind of realizing, okay, or maybe last week, you know, like okay, this is becoming a problem. It's still gonna take them 3 to 4 months to fix it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like why would we focus on this set? Why don't we just print more of the next set? And that's usually what card games kind of go to. And then they mass produce the next set, and then it doesn't do as good, and people still just want the first set.
Yep.
And then, you know, they're going to reprint the first set like they did with One Piece when the 5th set comes out. And then it's just kind of like, well, kind of don't want this no more.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a legit like repeat of what's going on, what happened with One Piece. Now, mind you, One Piece did take a slower start. We talked about this last time, but it picked up very quickly. When OP12 dropped, like it was game on. Like, you know,
That was when the live action came out, wasn't it? Was around
the live action really did hype it up, and you know, season 2 is going to be coming out hopefully soon. But I'm not worried about that no more. I'm tired of like I'm going to watch it obviously when it comes out, but there's absolutely no way that they're ever going to get caught up, especially with these same actors.
They would have to do literally 2 arcs in one.
Bro, if it's taken them legitly 2 years to record a season, it's not it's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna be in Alabasta season 2, and like that's it.
Do you think they incorporate the live action into the One Piece card game?
They have.
They have?
Yeah, Zoro, Nami, they all have cards.
Yeah,
Do they
Luffy,
really?
Yeah.
There's promos of them. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think that they're just like
Vanillas, something like that.
I don't know, they're actual cards from cards that have already been made.
Oh, it's alt arts basically.
Yeah,
Like the
an
promo alt arts.
I don't know though. I never looked. I don't even think I've ever seen one. I don't even know where you got this.
I'd have to see one.
Yeah, no, it's legit just like a picture of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's still really cool.
I wonder if the actor for Zoro is actually going to be it. You know, he plays the card game like heavy. Like he's super into the card game.
He's super into the card game.
Yeah.
He plays with Oda all the time.
Wait, who was there last time? I Show Speed was there.
Yeah.
Actually.
At Bandai Fest in Orlando.
Was that Orlando or?
It was Orlando's. Yeah.
Oh no, so we missed him.
Man,
yeah, they're usually
I wonder what deck the Zoro actor is going to play in OP12.
Probably Zoro. probably Zoro. Yeah, so you know it's gonna be a good time. I think it's gonna be very exciting. Almost excited. I got one more thing I want to talk about. Me and Bryan Ha just did another PSA submission.
We did.
Yesterday, and I had to do an emergency PSA submission because going back to the Pokemon stuff recently, me and Lucy found 3 packs of the newest set, White Flare and Black Bolt. So we had 3 of each. So it was a total of
6.
No, be 18 packs.
Oh.
Yeah, three packs each. So 18 packs. And we're out doing family stuff, you know what I mean, driving around and stuff. And I get to a stop sign. Lucy's like just pulling heat, like illustration rare. You know, I'm like, I'm at the stop sign. Let me get a pack. You know what I mean? Throw me one. Because I usually just let her open it. I get the cards, obviously. You know, just let her open it. Dude, I pulled the white. I don't even know the rarity of it. The Reshiram EX.
Yeah, so sick.
Talk about like freaking
out.
out. Dude, my luck has been bad for the past like 3 months. Very bad. You guys are in my group chat. You know.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah.
When I pulled that card, literally Lucy could not stop laughing because of the noise I made. Like I was like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I was like freaking out, dude. And what we did, we stopped all plans. I said I held the pack with all the cards like still stacked like this, driving like this. The closest place was Game Exchange on 49. And I literally pulled up there, walked in, and I said, I don't care how much it is. I don't care if y'all got a huge mega pack of top loaders and penny sleeves. I need whatever I can get now to put this in a penny sleeve and a top loader. And they actually just went in their little stash that they have when they put singles out. And gave me a penny sleeve and a top loader.
That's awesome.
They didn't know what it was though. I was like, you know, trying to get that like, hey, look at this.
This is money.
And they're like, oh, that's cool, man. And I'm like,
you know what?
You know what this
probably
is?
for the best that they didn't freak out.
Yeah.
Best for gaming streams not to know.
Yeah,
know,
I guess whatever. But you went ahead and sent the double Dodgers Luffy that you showed off here, and I sent the Reshiram off and the SP Sanji because I sent the SP Shirahoshi off from OP11. So you know me with the SPs. I usually sell them, but I'm like, if I get them now, I'm just gonna grade them. They're great. I love SPs. I think those are like some of the best cards that like they print. That sometimes they do, like the new ones that are coming out in OP12.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I need them all. Like they look so good.
This is the first time they're doing this kind of art style.
And shout out to Yasop getting so much love, dude. That one Yasop card is literally getting like its 4th print now, and I'm just like, yo, let's go. I don't play the deck anymore, but let's go. I literally just sold my Rayleighs today, dude. It hurt, but it is what it is.
It's getting reprinted. It'll come back.
Yep, but yep, I think that was a good episode. We had a lot of talk today on TCG, Gundam, and all types of stuff like that, and I really enjoyed the conversation. You got anything to say before we get out here, Alex?
Don't let the scalpers discourage you. Just give it time. Things will get better.
There we go. And Bryan Ha, man, coming back for another round, man. I'm glad you came back. You got anything?
Just never stop playing. Just keep it going.
Love it.
Keep it going. Keep it cool, calm, and collective, and keep your mind right, man. That's what it's all about. Keep your family close too, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Things can always happen. But until next time, this is the Pop.1 podcast. I'm your boy Side Ploud, Alexander Valito, and my boy Bryan Ha. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.